gosh.
Do you want me to make you eggs and toast?
You know,
Want
I
some
think that's
bacon?
really nice. What is your problem? Your mother wants to
I
make you
don't
bacon.
want
And
the
that's why you're
bacon.
skinny.
I don't want the bacon.
Well, then don't eat the bacon. But what about
Or
the eggs?
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Well, maybe she just wants to spend
Morning,
time with
noon,
you,
and
Lisa.
night. It's
Oh,
it's
all right.
it's all day long.
Okay. What? Bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs, bacon and
You
eggs?
want me to make you some bacon and eggs?
Seriously?
You want some
know, you
toast?
should be,
I
come
say to
on.
her, I say, woman.
You say woman to your
I
mother?
do. I do.
I'd
I say,
smack
woman,
you.
stop it.
Really?
Really? No, you don't say that to your mother.
I
Come on
do.
now. No, stop it. Stop it right
Sometimes I
now.
do.
No, stop it.
And
want
then
you to
I
stop
like
it.
laugh at her.
Okay. We're going to talk about the reason why I asked you about the bacon. Is,
Okay.
okay, because it's been hanging out. Expiration dates on foods. You've talked about this, that you just chuck everything, right?
Yeah, we had
Oh my God.
our Thanksgiving show was regarding expiration dates.
Right,
They're very
right.
important to me. If
I
there's
know.
an expiration date
Uh-huh.
on something,
Yes.
it means something.
Not really.
It really, really should and does.
Well, this is why I wrote this down, because I thought of you for this story.
Right.
Okay, because it doesn't necessarily mean that most foods can go past their expiration date.
Not milk. I don't drink milk. but
Actually,
not
yes.
milk. No.
Wait,
Yes, it can.
wait. Yes, it can. Dairy products. Look, I have right here, my little Lisey. Dairy products.
Yeah.
Okay. Foods like milk, yogurt, and cheese are okay until you see signs of spoilage. Okay.
Why would we want to get there?
Well,
Let's
because
not get there.
Why would
Let's-
you?
let's
But if you
avoid it.
haven't,
But I
if you
wouldn't throw it
haven't
out
used
if
the
it's
entire
okay.
portion of something, or you only used or consumed half of it, why would you want to throw away the rest when it's potentially still just as good?
Okay, wise guy. How about you open up, let's just say, chicken stock. You got chicken stock, okay? You open it up. Now it has to go in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's not good more than a few days. You got to
that's
chuck it.
baloney, phony.
How long you leaving that chicken stock? I'm not having your soup.
Easily, easily a week. Easily.
Do not bring
I'm
soup
gonna call this.
in
I'm
for
gonna call
me.
this portion the bickering bitches.
That's
I'm not
true.
eating your soup. I'm not eating your
but
soup. Oh,
really,
look at my list. No,
okay,
I'm
first
not
of
eating
all-
your goddamn soup.
First of all, I
Look
do
to the
this.
bickering bitches. I
do
love
the-
you, ladies. I'm sorry. I know you don't
That's
like
all
that.
right. I do the
love it.
sniff test with everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why?
When in
You don't
doubt,
trust? You
don't
don't trust
sniff
your
it.
sniffer?
When in doubt, don't sniff it. I
Why?
have a totally different story regarding that.
Why?
I will talk about off air.
Oh.
No.
Well, now I think you should share it on air. Just clean it up a little bit. And by the way, it says
Okay.
milk can go 5 days past its expiration date. Just saying. Okay. Just saying.
No.
Yes, I read this story.
Okay,
It
for
had
an
to be on
example.
ABC News.
For an example.
Yeah.
When Danny was eating the liquid egg whites
Yeah.
a while ago, right? So I was like, oh, let me make him breakfast, okay? I take the carton, and I'm always looking at expiration dates. I'm like
Yeah.
neurotic.
Yeah.
And I see that it's like kind of old, and I'm like, when did you open this up? And he tells me, like, I don't know, a month ago. I look at the date, and I'm like, oh, no, this is bad. It tells you use within 7 days of opening.
But that's a ploy by the people for you to throw it out and then go buy more of the same product. Yes.
I don't want to take that chance.
Here's a question: Do
I
you
don't wanna
guys
take that chance.
freeze anything to keep it fresh?
My grandmother, I just found out, freezes
no.
celery.
Really?
Please, anybody in chat, anybody call up.
I have
tell
never
me
heard
if
that.
you freeze your celery.
In my
How about
life.
this? Does anybody else freeze bread?
I
used to.
have. Yeah,
I used
I
to.
have.
It really, nothing freezes well.
But I don't have a lot of bread in my house, so
So do you freeze the bread to keep it fresh? If
Yeah.
you know,
if it's
Yes.
if it's a BOGO, you should.
we keep one in a sealed in a airtight container,
that's a good idea.
and then we
Okay.
freeze the other.
All right, grains, pasta, cheese, cookies are okay to eat even if they taste stale. Even if they taste stale, little one. Oh God. All right. Okay.
Nope. What
All
about
right.
a can of soup? You gonna feed
Canned
me your
foods-
old can of soup
Canned
now?
foods can last longer than the expiration date. You have to check that if it's a dented can or rust, then you throw it out. Frozen
Nope.
foods.
Nope.
Fruits
Nope.
and veggies in the freezer are safe past expiration dates, and freeze burn will not affect them, but don't thaw and then refreeze them. I was only trying to help you out, my little cupcake. I was only trying to help
mean,
you.
I really
do you,
don't
or do
eat
you make
processed
soup and then
foods.
freeze it?
Say that again?
I'm not
Or
eating
you-
her soup. Her
No,
chicken stock
yes,
is
you can
old.
freeze
I'm not
soup.
eating your soup.
My soup is very good.
Or do you make a soup and freeze it? Because
Yes,
you're
You
freezing
could
it
do
in that
that.
condition.
Absolutely.
If it's like
Yes.
the proper chicken stock that's
Oh,
fresh
you
and
know
just
what?
opened.
No. You can.
I'm telling you.
Ay,
I'm
freak.
telling you.
You know what? Yeah, that's why you're so tiny and skinny, because you throw out everything.
She don't eat.
Yeah,
Maybe because
seriously.
everybody's trying to kill me with all their poisoned expiration date foods.
That is not true. That is so not true. I am very
X on
upset with that.
WLINY. Here comes Helen trying to kill Lisa. Eat the soup.
Yeah, have some
Eat the
soup.
soup.
if
Have
she
some
brings me soup
dear.
on Monday, I know
Have
like I'm
some
in for a
soup.
treat.
Okay. All right. Here's some. I've got another interesting story. Remember the drunk guy who took an Uber home last
one?
month? He was in West Virginia. He got drunk in West Virginia, and then he woke up at his home in New Jersey. 300-mile Uber ride, and he fell asleep in the car. Got sick in the car. Woke up to the tune of an Uber bill of $1,635. And he
Oh,
tried to
my.
tell Uber that, tried to say, I was drunk, I was this, I was that, they're not buying it, you owe us the money. And now he has started a GoFundMe page to help him pay for the bill. Yuck.
Yeah, he should just add in the fee for all the freaking alcohol he had too.
Seriously, but
What
could you
the
imagine
world?
being that
I
drunk?
am curious though.
Yeah.
You in a situation like that, and I'm just going to call them a cab service, and I apologize if you work for Uber and you feel differently, but do you
Yeah.
think cab services have an obligation to take drunk people home, or to
Ooh.
make sure that drunk people
Maybe
arrive at their locations safely?
a moral responsibility. How about that?
Moral responsibility. So if
I
the
like
guy
that,
got in the
yeah.
cab and said, "Take me home," where's home? New Jersey. And because here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
even before you order the app, even before you order the Uber in the app, you tell them where you want to go. So it's not like the man said, "Hey, bring me to 4 blocks away."
Well, the drunk guy,
tell the-
he probably
Listen,
said,
Listen,
take
I
me
don't-
home. Where do you live?
I have a trustworthy
New Jersey.
issue with the Uber people.
No,
Well,
no,
yes.
I
I,
had a
I get
very bad
what-
experience the last time.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that, but at the same point, he was probably so drunk, the Uber guy says, where do you live? Well, I live in
Our
wherever.
No, it's
Are
not even
people-
about that, because how many times, let's say you have somebody who doesn't speak English that might get in your vehicle. When you have the app, you tell them where you are and where you want to go. So the
Yeah.
responsibility is already on the person who's in the vehicle, knowing that this driver is going to take me here. If I have to make an extra stop, I tell them, and they can add X amount of dollars to that stop. But if you fall asleep in that vehicle and you tell somebody, I am going here, this is where I want to go, and you fall asleep, they're going to take you there.
Okay.
And then, of course, if you throw up in the vehicle, then the operator of that vehicle has a right to say, "Look, this damage was occurred in my vehicle from this person who threw up in my vehicle. I took them home, and I want that money back for having to clean my car or do whatever."
I think he's right.
I think the Uber is absolutely right
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
doing this, and
But
I would love to hear Sean Griffin's opinion if we can ever get him on the show. I know he's not feeling so well right now, but if we can get him in here, I would love to talk to him about it.
I would love
Well-
the guy Tony that left me in the middle of the road by LaGuardia Airport.
tell us that
Tony.
story again.
I usually
Sorry,
use
Uber.
the app.
Yeah.
Okay. And so with the app, I like on your phone because then it shows you a picture of the person that's coming to get you, what kind of car, blah, blah, blah. Screenshot that. I send that to Danny. This is who's come to pick me up. If I
Okay.
go missing, hey, this is where I was. And this is who I was with. But this time I was an idiot and it was 11:30 at night and I got off the plane and there was a bunch of Uber drivers, taxi drivers and stuff. And he offered a ride, and I was just like, forget it, fine, whatever. And I had to go from Queens, LaGuardia to Merrick, where my car was. I took an Uber from Merrick to LaGuardia on my way out, and I knew it was $40, so I knew it was going to be around that. I think it kind of, everybody's a little different, so it would have been slightly lower in fee or higher. So I had in my mind it's going to be around $40. And we get in the car. I said, what's your name? Because now I want a name to who's driving me because I don't
Sure.
have it on my phone.
Right.
He's like, Tony, a little meatball of a guy. So I get in his car and we drive
His
away.
name's Meatball.
Meatball. We drive away and he says, it's going to be $100. I said, no, it's not. Because now I'm instantly annoyed because I'm mad at myself. I'm in heels. It's midnight, and now I have this guy messing with me. So I was like, no, it's not. I said, it's $40, maybe 45. I was like, so bring me back to the airport. And he's like, nope. He stops the car in the middle of the road at midnight. I don't know the name of that road, but it's in Queens. And I'm like, or just let me out here. And I couldn't believe, like, this guy was just doing this. Like, do you have a daughter? Like, come on now. Have some morals. Have some compassion. And I had a choice to make. Do I walk all the way back to LaGuardia, which was clearly not safe, or go to one of the 2 hotels that were up the road, not that far? So that's what I did. And I called another
Wow.
Uber. But there was a yellow cab in front of the hotel where I was standing. And I was like, let me just see how much it would be if this guy takes me to my car. He goes, 180. I go, you're out of your mind. I'm like, 180 my ass. I was so mad. And he's like, all right, how about 80? I'm like, you guys are shady people. I said,
Really?
that's so shady. I said, no, forget it.
So what did you do?
I ended up paying $45. A Uber driver came, and
Okay.
that was the only time in my life, I got to tell you, that I felt vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It was dark. It was late. It was Queens. I'm in heels. I'm alone. I got weird people walking outside the hotel, just looking at it. Was very weird.
No, that had to be really
unsettling.
scary. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll never forget you, Tony, Uber driver.
Did you ever complain?
No,
Well,
I should have.
yeah, you
but I
should have.
didn't.
Yeah, absolutely, you should have because
I had no card number. What do I go by? Tony, an Uber driver? Like,
well, maybe the license number of the car.
In Uber, it gives you information about the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't use an app.
Oh.
You had to have if you ordered an
Yeah,
Uber.
I didn't
Yeah.
order. I told you I was stupid. I got off the plane.
Oh,
It
that's
was
why,
Oh,
11:30
you were
because-
at
standing
night.
right there. Oh,
I
you
know.
probably thought you were, some place from Middle America that you didn't know any better or something
Yeah,
like that.
I have to say, anybody can be anybody, and
Yeah.
I'm glad and lucky that he let me out of the car.
Yeah.
He could have been like, "You're going to pay $100, and I'm not letting you out of the car." And what would I have done?
Well, the most I've ever paid from JFK to, my community is 60, 65 bucks. That's it. Yeah, for a taxi.
Yeah.
Ollie's actually, and
It's expensive.
they've always been really punctual and really really great.
The
and everything.
shared rides are not bad. Winston, I've used them,
Mm-hmm.
and there's another company. They're pretty
Okay.
good too. But it's an experience and a very good
Yeah.
lesson learned.
Here's a lesson learned. Not to change the subject. This is rather sad, though, that this man in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. I think we talked about this. I'm not sure yet. The man died from driving around a barricade of downed.
That's right. Is
wires.
that what I sent to you? I sent that to you guys.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, call that and see if you can get that. But the vehicle erupted in flames when this guy went around a barricade and his car drove over these live wires. The car erupted in flames. It was engulfed in flames, and this poor soul died. And you try to think, in this time when we just got over in nor'easter, people are without power, and you want to be careful of down power lines. Don't go near them. Watch your pets. All that other kind of stuff. And it's just tragic that
Yeah,
this guy, he died. But on Long Island. PSE&G says it may take a few days to restore power to 4,000 people, and people are trying to go into survivor mode. Lisa, you have that story up?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to read a little bit?
It's this one still, right?
Yes,
Or you
correct.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. A man dies after authorities say he drove his car around a barricade and onto live wires in New Jersey Thursday morning. The vehicle erupted in flames on Summit Avenue and Route 208 in Franklin Lakes just before 9 a.m. Responding officers arrived, finding a vehicle fully engulfed with a live power line lying in the roadway near the vehicle. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Friends identified him as a 40-year-old Anthony Gonzalez of
Wanakay?
New Jersey. They
Yeah.
say he leaves behind a wife and 3 children.
You know what? I'm sorry, hon.
No, the fire totally gutted the vehicle. The investigation is ongoing.
Do you ever see those people when the barricades are coming down when a train is coming and they can't wait and they go around? I just look at these people. You know, you're first online, you're stopping, and somebody thinks they can make it. And it just makes me cringe thinking, what am I going to see in the next few seconds? You know, somebody, a car getting creamed by the train or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just amazes me the lack of patience sometimes that people have. I just think,
That happened to me one time with a school bus.
what happened?
Well, I was a senior in high school, and there was a field.
Somebody needs to give him his mic. Give him a mic. Or let him use yours for now.
Share the mic. Yeah,
Mike, share a mic.
Mike, share mic. Okay,
Okay.
he's on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this one time I was on a field trip in high school as a high school senior. And we sat in 3 hours of traffic on the way to the Museum of Modern Art. So I guess the bus driver got very impatient at that point on the bus ride back. So you see the barricades coming down, the lights are flashing, you see the train coming.
Oh, God.
The bus went right through. Now, normally, when you drive a school bus, you have to open the door, make sure you hear that everything is safe, and then you go. But this, you could clearly see it was not safe. You got the barricades coming down, and you could see the train from the side of the school bus. So everyone is like gasping on the train, on the bus rather, as they see this train coming towards them. And nobody said anything,
Oh my God.
It was,
boy.
but you got to be careful. You really
Where
have
we
to be
were
careful.
in Florida, Danny was on the tracks. Where the light's situated, the tracks, and then there's like another light right before it. And I turned to him and I go, "Do you realize we're sitting on the train tracks?" And he's like, "Oh shit," and he had to pull forward. I'm like, "Yeah."
Okay.
But the way
Weesh.
the road is and the way everything's set up with the two lights, like it is, if you're not paying attention, you don't even realize that you're on.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's actually
Wow.
very dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not the only one that's ever done that.
And the crazy thing is, like in the driver's manual, and at least for the one in New York, it states, to watch out for train tracks that are in the middle of the road that don't have the barricades.
Yeah.
Now, all of the train tracks here on Long Island, they all have the barricades.
Yeah.
But one time I was driving through rural Georgia because I-95 was blocked for some reason. And it was like a good 20 miles that I was driving through rural Georgia. And I realized, I just crossed over train tracks that did not have the barricades. I mean, it was like one of these backwoods, neighborhoods.
Wow.
And I'm
Now,
like,
is
wow,
that
that's-
also, call me naive or stupid, is that where like maybe trains don't go through there anymore? You know what I mean?
No,
That's
No, that's
tracks
part
that
of
are
the
not
problem. I
being
mean, we
used?
have the same thing here, where not all of the train crossings have indicators and things like that, and that causes a whole lot of confusion. I have a buddy of mine, a customer from the ice cream truck, who drives a garbage truck, and with that garbage truck that he drives, one of the things that happened is they build trees all around along the train tracks in
yeah.
the middle of nowhere, and no indication that it's even coming,
Wow.
because you're supposed to be able to look down and see it. But because he drives an ice cream truck, because he drives a garbage truck, he's out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning working, and you can't see it all the time, especially if you're looking to the left and the right or around you and around the train tracks. You don't see it because it's hidden by the trees. His garbage truck got hit by the train, and
Wow.
I mean, luckily enough, he lived to talk about it, and so did the partner that was with him in the truck. But my God, that's scary enough.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
just real quick, I do want to do something here. All right, I want to just play
Text
this.
the show on 0742 798 3702.
If you are listening on 92.1 iJuice Radio in Kent, UK, take a listen, text the show, let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you have something that you want to say. Of course, we are up there on their Facebook page. Listen, say something. We'll be happy to engage in conversation, and we'll be happy to take your questions. And that's the text and number so that you guys can text in and say something so that we can answer you. But I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure they have some kind of public transportation in other countries. I just don't know what it would be like.
Lisa, you sent me another story yesterday about creepy Alexa.
Yeah, Jason.
You know what? I
that's
haven't
it.
listened to that. I haven't looked at that story yet.
Let's talk
I
about
haven't
creepy
either.
Alexa.
Where did I send that? Oh, that was in a
You-
text. It's not on here.
I don't think in a text.
I
don't think so.
have an Alexa. Does anybody else here have an Alexa?
Well,
I have an
no.
Alexa.
No, I'm too creeped out because from what's going on, Lise, you have the story?
My mom got my
yes.
dad an Alexa,
Yeah.
which is really funny.
Alexis or an Alexa?
An Alexa.
Alexa's a.
We actually gave Gail an Alexa for Christmas, and she had it on for a day or two, and then she shut it off because it made her nervous.
Well,
know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Lise, go with
You
this.
know.
Yeah.
So it's quiet in the house. Nobody else is home, and the cat is fast asleep. Then you hear a disembodied woman's voice let out a short, mocking cackle.
Mac, 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 mac.
No,
Mac, mac, mac.
no, you're probably not being haunted. It's just Amazon's Alexa voice assistant malfunctioning in a profoundly creepy way. Some Alexa users have reported hearing an unprompted laugh from their smart speaker devices in the last day. The laugh happens randomly when nobody's using the device or in response to a request to turn on or off lights. Amazon says we are aware of this and working to fix it and confirming the issue. The company did not elaborate on how widespread the laugh is. In a later statement, Amazon said the device can mistakenly hear the command, Alexa, laugh. We are changing the phrase to be, Alexa, can you laugh? Which is less likely to have false positives, and we are disabling the short utterance, Alexa, laugh. Amazon said, we are also changing Alexa's response from simply laughter to, sure, I can laugh, followed by laughter. The story
Wow.
cracks me up. Alexa's laugh isn't the only thing that's freaking out users. Others have claimed Alexa has stopped responding to requests. One Twitter user said their Amazon Echo suddenly began listing names of local funeral homes and cemeteries, also unprompted.
Now, hang on a second.
Yes, really quick.
I'm gonna bring mine in.
The
I'm gonna bring-
Terminator.
I'm gonna bring
Good
mine in.
morning to David Antonio Allen from 92.1, watching us on Facebook. Everybody give a wave. Good morning.
Hi, good
Hello,
morning.
hello, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
Hello, how are you?
Don't you start that.
Good morning,
No.
Philip. Come on in. The boys
So
are on again.
anyway, about
I'm sorry,
Alexa,
I'm sorry. Yes.
you know, Lisa and I were talking about it yesterday, and the thing is I do not trust my smart TV, and Lisa told me this would be a good joke. My smart TV, I keep blindfolded and dumb because I do not want, hey, how you doing, the smart TV? What
Do
are
you know that?
doing?"
Do you know that? When,
Yeah.
do you know that when we're on YouTube, or if you're on
Yeah.
YouTube on a smart television set, you
Yeah.
can actually watch this show on TV?
Well, that's very cool, but at the same point, I don't
And
want.
my computer the other day, something came up on my computer at home that I didn't even know how it came up, but
Yeah.
it was like all of a sudden on Chrome, right? It pops up and it says what I was watching on TV on the computer.
Yeah.
I could click a button and it would automatically send it to my smart television at the house.
Yep. Yes, you
Wow.
can.
That's
Yeah, so
right,
yeah, so basically we
It's
could be seen.
creepy.
We could be seen. We're actually television stars.
Well, hey.
Hey,
I want to raise. Anyway.
Baywatch. Yeah, we're television.
Oh,
Listen, we
sorry.
got all right. Just take 2 seconds. I
Bass.
gotta take a short, quick little commercial break here, really quick. Okay, let me just say this really quickly here. Okay, and I've spoken about this before, and we talked about the the car going underneath the trailer and everything like that. You got to understand it. And with regards to personal injury out there, folks, you really want to use a law firm that truly understands personal injury law and will work for you to get you the most compensation, the compensation that's rightfully deserved by you. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to sue. I don't like that. It's what makes the world bad. Listen, let me tell you something. When you have to worry about how you're going to pay your mortgage, how you're going to pay your bills, and what's going to happen to your family after you are injured, okay, you really want to have a law firm that's going to work for you. And like I told, like we're talking to Tom Mealy the other day, who, by the way, I love Tom because he's real. He'll tell you the way it is. He's not going to fill you with a whole bunch of hype. And one of the things we talked about is you have a choice. You can either negotiate or you can litigate. So the choice is yours. And of course, the insurance companies don't want to litigate, and you don't have bottom line is time is of the essence. It really, truly matters. So make sure that you call 1-800-95-NEW-YORK. All right, just check it out.
Hey, this is Tom Mealy. Before we start, the number 1-800-95-NEW-YORK. Okay, here's the deal. Soft tissue injury from an accident of any kind. I've been telling you for years, don't waste time with firms that don't get it and can't do it. And when you finally figure this out, and you will, we're here for you. Soft tissue injury, it's no joke, and you may be entitled to a large cash settlement. Time, it's critical. Ask for me personally. 1-800-95-NEW-YORK.
All right, so there you go. So Tom Mill, you give him a call, 1-800-95-NEW YORK, spell out New York, NEWYORK, 1-800-95-NEW YORK, spell it out. All right, and now back to you guys. What do you got, Helen?
I'm calling this story Nice Work If You Can Get It. Mayor de Blasio has appointed New York City's first nightlife mayor.
Yes, I
Nice.
completely agree with. That's the only
Okay.
thing that he's done that I agree with.
Ariel Palitz will oversee a 12-person advisory board and have a budget of $300,000. Okay, you agree with this? Explain.
I think it's much needed. I think
Why?
there was a law that was put in place. Mm-hmm. I think I'm not even sure. Don't quote me on it, but I think
Okay.
it was like back into like the prohibition days that you cannot have dancing in an establishment unless you have a cabaret license.
Really?
Okay, and this
Now-
is still in
No, it's no longer in place
in-
now.
Okay, uh-huh.
But it was one of these like ambiguous laws that nobody really paid attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's dancing that goes on in bars and clubs and
Sure.
certain
Mm-hmm.
areas.
I dance in my car.
And
Yeah.
they said you are not allowed to dance in an establishment legally unless you have one of these cabaret licenses.
Okay.
And most establishments that
Mm-hmm.
young people go to dance don't necessarily have those cabaret licenses.
Okay.
So as soon as they switched that law and it kind of like abolished it, then
Yeah.
it made it like legally okay to have all these places. Now, the thing that I'm curious about is with this whole committee that he's established and,
12 people.
you know,
What did he?
does that
what did he
count
do?
for after hours clubs?
That's a good question. It didn't
'Cause-
say, it didn't say.
That sometimes isn't necessarily legal. If you go to
You know,
a
I gotta
club,
tell you, one thing that really surprised me when I got here is that bars and clubs don't stay open until 3 o'clock in the morning like they do there.
It's 4 o'clock, but okay, who's counting?
4 o'clock. Okay, still. Well, they close at 3, I think, or last calls at 3,
yeah,
Uh-huh, okay,
and they close the doors at 4.
yeah.
But they close at midnight here.
yeah. And as fu-
Everything closed at midnight.
And out east, everything like closes like 11:30. That's it.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's strange because when you think Hamptons, oh, partying,
Yeah,
you know,
the
you
whole-
think like a whole bunch of spring breakers during the
Yeah.
summertime. Where are they going to go? The Hamptons. There's no clubs out there.
Really?
And it's funny because whenever I do karaoke out there, which is quite often because I can't find any place to go there. There's nothing to do
Love
there.
Karaoke.
All the places close like 11:30. I'm like, what's going on here? It's like normally I arrive to a club at 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, look
Wow,
at that. Even
interesting.
there, you have to show up fashionably late.
Ed K says Alexa is a spy. That's what
Alexa's
I
a
said.
slut.
I
Hey,
said.
can I just
Alexa's a
say
tramp.
that we bring these excuse me, we bring these things into our home.
Yeah.
It's not like they just show up one day.
Well, you
We
guys
bring
do.
These
I
things in our
don't.
home. We give it our Wi-Fi information. We give it our social media information, so you could say,
watching
"Alexa, make a post
you.
on Facebook." We give it our address.
Mm-hmm.
We give it all the information. Now, Ed K, I would love to talk about this. I really would. I don't understand how people say, "Oh, these things know too much." You gave it the information.
Maybe some of us
No.
that are not as savvy as you gave it inadvertently, because I'm not a fan of giving all this information over. And as I said, my smart TVs are not smart. They're not programmed to be smart. Just saying. I don't know what they're programmed
No.
Now,
for.
so let me
but-
just say that if your
some
TV
people
emits
do.
a Wi-Fi signal or can pick up Wi-Fi, that means that you can modify the Wi-Fi signal. In which case, if you are tech savvy enough, you can go into the operating system of the TV through the Wi-Fi and disable the camera.
Okay, and
Then you essentially just wasted $200 or $300 to have a TV that you can Skype on, or that you can do this on, and you can do
Okay.
that on, because you're disabling the features. Just like you can go into the operating system of some of your vehicles now,
Mhm.
and you can change what kind of fuel it takes. However, there's a documentary. I have to go back and find it. There's a documentary now that says that if you go in and do that, it's actually against the law.
Oh, okay.
Now,
All right.
Helen, being that
Yeah.
you have a smart TV, do you have one of those smart TVs that has like the hand signals?
Say what now?
Are you serious?
Hey,
No,
check this out.
I have
David
the
is watching us
faintest
on
idea.
his TV. How cool is that?
Okay, but
Like
I
change the channel, raise the volume. You know, there's
Is there a TV
No.
that you could speak to? and tell
Yes,
it what
as
to
a matter
do.
of fact,
No remotes, no nothing.
Comcast, or is it
Really?
Dish? Whatever the hell it is, the remote. You talk into the remote and say, "Turn on Sopranos," and it'll turn on Sopranos. Or you say,
Oh wait, oh that's what. Okay, that what's that other thing that you could put into the TV and use?
"Roku."
You get no, the other one.
HDMI cable.
What?
Fire
God.
stick.
The Fire Stick. Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are, well, okay, the Fire Stick. Isn't that illegal?
thought he was
thought
just
the
talking
Fire
to
Stick
himself.
was illegal.
No, it's
Okay.
done by Google. You pay for the services that you want.
Oh, okay.
Has all the movies, right?
Has movies, television shows, things like that.
I remember back in the day when you used to get like the box that would have like all the illegal cable stations.
No, I remember back
Like
in
the
the day
pay-per-views.
where I had a 13-inch TV in the kitchen and I spliced it. I had a cable line running through the basement. I put a hole through the wall and had another TV spliced from that one into the dining
Damn.
room, one into the living room.
Wow.
And you didn't have to worry about Cablevision or Optimum or Dish and all this nonsense.
This is all Greek to me.
And I did it all.
Really?
Drilling holes into the walls, wires, trying to sit in there in the basement. All right, oh, what did I do? Which one has to go where?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I loved it. It
damn.
was like a challenge. I loved it.
I don't have patience for that. I just rip all the wires out of the wall and just say, damn it. And that will be that. Yeah, I have no patience for
loved
that
it.
nonsense.
Missed those days. It was cheap and easy.
Oh, well.
I've heard that before. It is now 9:59, ladies and germs. We have to hit out our final thoughts.
Okay.
It is time to say goodbye to all our family. Yes, absolutely. All right, Helen, parting thoughts. What would you like to say?
Everybody have a great and safe weekend. Don't forget daylight savings time, and it is a good time to check the batteries for your smoke detectors
I was
and your
thinking something else.
carbon dioxide detectors. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe.
Absolutely. And Lisa.
Carbon monoxide.
Lisa.
That's what I meant.
For today, it's Red Friday. Remember everybody deployed. And also Molly's Adopt a Sailor. The March adoption is a group deployed on the USS Theodore Roosevelt consisting of 75 males, 36 females. They do have access to microwaves. If you're looking to donate, let me know. They're looking for no, they got pillowcases. Wish list, cookies, chips, beef jerky, granola bars, power bars, candy, snacks, body wash, toothpaste, deodorant, DVD movies. Shipping will be from March 20th to the 24th. Molly's does not post the actual address that it would go to. If you're interested, you let me know. I will contact Molly's. Thank you.
You're okay. Michael?
Yes, wherever your endeavors may take you this weekend, make sure you stay safe and stay warm. And remember, daylight savings time begins this Sunday, the 11th, as I breathe out some carbon dioxide.
All right, whatever.
And have a wonderful weekend. See if you could come check out my show if you're listening on the East End. We open up at Guildhall on Wednesday.
Very good. Here you're playing Juliet. Congratulations. Anyway, Jay, parting thoughts, Jay.
All right. Well, first off, I want to thank David Allen for joining us this morning from 92.1, hanging out with us. I also want to thank Tyler Allen for letting us call and talk about his podcast this morning. I hope you have a great birthday. Don't forget, we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Facebook Live, Periscope, Instagram, WordPress, blog. We have our Twitch going on. We are on 92.1 FM, iJuice in Kent, UK. We also are on Grey Cloud Radio, Wilmington, North Carolina, Good Talk in Mesa, Arizona, Spotify, and as of Monday, we will be live on Radio Beacon Online, also in the UK.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. All right, guys, remember, life is what happens
When
you're
busy
making
other
other
plans.
plans.
Thanks. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. We truly appreciate our listeners. And we couldn't do this without you. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Bye, buddy.
everybody.